What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the block. It's your girl, Red. I think this is episode 41? 41. Yeah, 41 in the can. So I got my homeboy, the video director extraordinaire, Mr. Roman Lane's in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
What's happening?
You so relaxed, so cool, so...
It's because I just woke up. I'm just kidding. I've been working all day. What you mean?
Right. You know, you're a hard-working guy. You're hard to keep up with. You just always doing something.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
You got to stay busy out here. Keep your hands and your mind busy after bullshit.
That's for sure.
Okay, let's get into, like, some little shit. This Solange album.
Yeah.
A Seat at the Table. Let me tell you something. Solange did her thing on that album. Like, I can't even turn it off. It's that amazing.
You know, it's funny because I don't know if I have that feeling for that album, like if it gives me that replay value like that. Mm-hmm. There's certainly like a couple tracks on there. I'm actually looking at my phone right now because I'm trying to pull a cheat code. But there was like definitely a few tracks on there that surprised me, and I was feeling the vibe from it. It's something I didn't expect because, you know, Solange I've never looked at as like that kind of artist, and maybe that mean more, you know, maybe more to my ignorance, but for what I heard, I did like, there wasn't anything in there I was like, oh, this is a bad album.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I love it, I guess, because it speaks more on the point of view of a black woman in America. For real. I think that's it's an album that we needed to hear. Like, especially it's a good follow up after Lemonade. Mm-hmm. After you hear something like Lemonade, and you're like, okay, cool, all right, I feel good. And then here comes Solange with the real, make you sit down and like really think about everything that we have to deal with in this country. It just like gives you that, let me chill out for a second.
I definitely think my favorite records from the album was first and second record, Rise and Weary. Mm-hmm. Those two specifically, I think I added to my playlist. I was like, yeah, those are hot. And you know, shame on me, I haven't even looked at her music videos. I know she has 2 videos right now up. And I heard that they had great reviews too because of the message that she was able to communicate, and the audience clearly got it. So, you know, I don't know what the impact of this may be. You know, I feel like right now a lot of the attention socially as far as what Black Americans are going through right now is, you know, been laced with, you know, recent performance by like Big Crit from the BET Awards and stuff like that. So I noticed Solange didn't even perform at BET Awards. Nah,
well, they recorded that. They do the Hip Hop Awards probably like 2 or 3 weeks in advance. Oh. They're not live like the BET Awards are. I don't know why. Well, I think I can speculate the reason why they pre-recorded is because I think back in 2007, mm-hmm. T.I. had gotten all those gun charges about to do the Hip Hop Awards. So I guess that they figured, let's go ahead and just pre-record these things, mm-hmm. so we won't have to worry like running into a problem live if some shit goes down backstage and we're scrambling to find, you know, somebody to fill in that slot. And I think that's exactly what they did.
Makes sense.
And I think at the BET Awards, you got way more artists in the audience that you can probably like pull from and be like, hey, can you perform 1 or 2 songs if another artist gets jammed up in a shitty situation. But the Solange's album went #1. It's #1 everywhere now.
That's crazy.
And a lot of people that weren't hip to like Solange and who she was, I've been fucking with Solange since like first album, and that was some old bubblegum popcorn shit, and you could tell it wasn't really her style of music that she wanted to do. It was just like, I like doing music too, so let me just throw some shit together. And she also wrote for Kelly's first album, her very, very first album. So I liked her. I've been liking her writing and stuff like that for years. So she like really captured my ear with this album. It's just the whole essence of it, the interludes, the way she got Master P talking about stuff. She got her mom and dad talking about basically stories that her and Beyonce grew up knowing about their parents, and they're just sharing it with everybody else to kind of get you that, you know, that understanding, that don't get it twisted. Like what you see out in the public, don't think that, you know, Beyonce ain't woke because she's doing like pop records and shit like that. Mm-hmm. She's clearly aware of, like, you know, I'm an African American woman, you know, this is my roots, where I come from, where I stand. So people try to box her in. The same way with Solange, because when you got a sister like B that's like huge, mm-hmm. they expect you to make music similar to your sister. And she's just never been that person.
True that.
So if y'all haven't checked out the album, check out A Seat at the Table. It's amazing to say the least. It's real. It's so, if you like soulful music, you like music with a message. That's the kind of music that is. You try to turn up and drink and shit. That ain't it.
That's my problem. I've been on that turn up.
You've been on that turn up.
I've been on that ignorant shit.
Yeah, like that's cool. But like Solange make you want to just smoke one and just chill the fuck out. It's not a club. It's not a song. Like you won't find a song on there that you could like play in the club. Like you get everybody like you're not gonna. That's lounge music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's that kickback. If you want that, then you gotta tune into that. So let me get your thoughts on the Hip Hop Awards since we did talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, it was cool. I think I was a little underwhelmed. I think the biggest complaint, I'm sure you heard it from everybody who's watched it, was just the caliber of performances that were chosen. And my favorite performance, honestly, I was just talking to my barber about this the other day, or one of my barbers, was Gucci Mane and Travis Scott. That was my favorite one.
That was the opening, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I missed the opening.
See?
I was on my way to somewhere, and then when I got there, I saw everything else, Lil Yachty and I can't keep up with these guys. Like
Dram and Lil Boat. Oh, was that Lil Boat and Lil Yachty?
I call him Lil Boat. I don't even call him Lil Yachty.
I don't know. I'm definitely not into those artists. And 21 Savage is like on the eve of like for me to even listen to. There's a couple of records like from him, but even then, it's a very one-dimensional type of artist to me, from what I've heard so far. I don't know, these guys haven't been out that long.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for, like, Yachty and all those guys who put out, like, a lot of different projects already, to me, I remember when everybody was, like, almost talking me into it. The hype almost got me. I was like, yeah, you gotta listen to this wrong. I went to Spinrilla and all that, and Dat Piff, and, I was listening to these guys' music. I thought it was crap. Yeah. I was like, this is terrible.
It's not making any sense.
Like, are you on something? Like, this is terrible. I don't know. I don't get it.
It kind of make you feel like you old or something when you can't really understand it. I don't know. Like, sometimes I'll be like, I can't. I've adjusted. I feel like I've adjusted enough with enough artists over a period of time to where, like, I'm tired of adjusting myself. And I just need it to be what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something original. Give me something with some content besides the same content that I've heard 5-6 songs before it came to your song. And then what makes it even worse is that now they're young and they're disrespectful.
Oh man,
like they ain't even got no respect for the game or no respect for the people that laid the foundation for them to even be doing what they're doing. It's like, for you to be so young, you are so disrespectful. I'm not saying like kiss no ass, but it's right. Like, damn, be like, at least say thank you.
Well, when I heard I think it was the XXL freestyles and all that, and those guys were doing that, and I just knew from that point Hip Hop Awards was going to be crap. I was like, oh god, and that's just my preference, right or wrong, but my preference is I'm not feeling that kind of stuff right now.
No, because I mean the only thing that I like really took from it was like, I want Designer's energy.
That was dope. I hated his performance, but his energy was crazy.
His energy is like undeniable. Like, he is hype all the fucking time. Like, he went up on stage with Fat Joe and Remy Ma, and he was just back there just smiling fucking big and doing all this shit. I'm like, calm down. This ain't even, you didn't even win, and you are up here like you just won this. He was and I'm like, oh my sir.
I'm gonna do that next time I go to a set and I'll do a video. I'm gonna just like screaming at everybody.
Right, nigga be like, the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
Like, show up in like, what was he wearing? He had like a little like a shirt open up with no shirt. He don't never have
a shirt on. I said, Designer don't own no shirts. He just owns like, big long jackets, and he's just, what are you gonna do when it get real cold outside?
I'm trying to figure out if he was from Louisville, what part of Louisville would he be from? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like he would be like, Between Newburgh and West End, it's between probably more Newburgh. I'm gonna give him Newburgh.
I'd say more Newburgh too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him Newburgh because they look like they would walk around like that. No disrespect to my Newburgh niggas, y'all straight. But like I said, the energy he has is crazy. I actually like the Timmy Turner song. I can't watch him perform it, but I can listen to it in my car.
Yeah, that performance got me. I was like, golly, because I like the song too. So when I heard him perform it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be fire.
Right.
You know, I sat there with my little blueberry grain bars, and I'm gonna go in. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, when I saw him performing, I was very underwhelmed. I was like, ugh. You know, I wouldn't pay the kind of money I would normally pay to go to a concert and watch him perform.
Right.
So that kind of disappointed me. You know what I mean? Like, would I go to a house party and he just showed up? Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Because he's going to have that shit turned. Like, it's going to be crazy.
You know, I'll be on Snapchat and everything.
Right. But at like a full-on concert. And I think that's the problem with where we are in hip-hop today is that nobody is... they're not teaching. It's more like just do your thing. Go out there and do it. As opposed to like you literally had to go through like boot camps and shit when you was an artist. You was literally an artist in development.
Yeah.
You literally had to. They taught you how to rock the stage. You know, have crowd presence. All those things. I think that's still going on. It's just not as prevalent within like the hip hop rap community because I feel like if you reach outside of the genre of African hip hop, like look at other artists across genres, I think they're still developing those artists heavily. Yeah. And there's a much higher sense of discipline with those artists. Okay, for instance, I just saw The Weeknd perform on SNL. Huge Weeknd fan. I went to his concert in Atlanta this past year. I'm happy he cut his hair off.
Yeah, me too.
Because that mitten shit, I was not
feeling it.
No, I hated it. Because when he danced, that shit would just be like, I'd be like, bruh, if you don't cut that hand off the top of your damn head, that shit was horrible.
Well, it was kind of shocking, but it was cool to me. But I felt like, even then, from his performance in Atlanta all the way to his SNL performance I saw recently with this new record, Starboy, which is off the chain, by the way. I felt like, again, as an artist, he's so seasoned. Like, he's so just almost robotic. It's almost boring because he's so perfect. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he had to go through, I feel like that's a certain form of development. He had the mentors, he's around people who's around. These guys like designers don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of like, I feel like, is that on purpose? You know what I'm saying? Right. Is it just kind of, what's really going on?
It's not, I think a question that was asked, I think it was somewhere on Facebook. It was like, what's going on? Like, what do you think is wrong with the industry right now? It's like, it's a couple things that you can like nitpick at, but it really comes down to like in hip hop, like you said, there's no artist development. I think that's why the question was more towards like what's going on with hip hop, like what's the problem? And I'd said, it's like I said, it's no A&Rs anymore. The internet runs the music industry. YouTube will tell you who's hot and who's not, as opposed to a person coming out here actually finding out if they do have talent. And this is not just like a one shot in the pan kind of situation. And the artists that performed at the BET, the Hip Hop Awards, they're not going to be around in 2 years. I don't see it.
Yeah. Well, a funny thing you just mentioned about artist development. I read an article the other day about Bryson Tiller. Shout out to Tiller. Yeah. But they were talking about like how it was an article actually in Rolling Stone, and they wrote it about him because they were intrigued how he developed and came up, and how his influence was crafted, not by RCA, not by his team, and Neil and the guys he works with, but more so by Apple. Like Apple Music were the ones who plugged him into every single avenue that Apple Music had, from like rollouts for new product, or whether it been like internet promotions, social media promotions, but Apple Music drove it all. And I thought that was interesting. RCA had very, 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 very little to do with anything. Wow. So I think that, I think the focus about how you say, talent is selected and chosen is changing. And it was eventually, I think it was some guys at Apple, I forget their names, there's two guys in particular that heard Bryson right, when he put on his done on SoundCloud. And those were the guys who drove, that push eventually. And it wasn't until Drake, of course, co-signed him. Yeah. And OVO started looking at him that those guys came back and was like, hey, we should reach out to him. You know what I'm saying? Boom, there you go. So definitely changing.
I'm happy he didn't go with OVO though. Because I feel like he wouldn't be as big as he is now if he was on OVO. Because when you do stuff like that, when you're an artist coming up and you come up under a huge artist, it's going to be hard for you to get that recognition that you actually deserve. Yeah. Or without them comparing you to the person that you're signed to.
Well, funny thing about that is there's guys like I went to the Drake Future concert in Ohio, which was awesome, by the way. And of course, Drake had certain select artists from OVO with him. I think the main one that I've known about for sure was I know Division was with them, and which is also a great album, by the way. They got a great album, and Roy Woods. But when I heard those guys perform live, and just thinking about the crowd's response and how everybody was taking them in, they nearly didn't, I felt, get as much respect or clout, you know what I'm saying, as I felt like maybe they would have gotten in their own hometown or somewhere else. And there's tons of guys now that I know personally, out of Kentucky or around the areas, Atlanta, that are following, trying to get onto that OVO train. But I think that kind of burnt out and it doesn't work now. Like, people are seeing that, and doing it your own way is definitely the way to go. They embrace and prove that. Yeah,
because what happens is that it turns into, it was like that back in the day. Everybody wanted to be on Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted.
Death Row.
Or at one point, everybody was signing to like Cash Money. It was like they was picking up artists like nobody's business.
Young Money.
And I was like, that was Young Money, like alone, like Lil Wayne was straight with who he had on his roster. That was a good start. And then Birdman just started picking up stupid people, Paris Hilton, Busta Rhymes.
Right.
I was like, Busta, Bow Wow. But I said, Busta, bro, you a legend. Like, you're an icon. Why are you signing to Cash Money? Like, I feel like that's nothing, no dig on Cash Money, but as far as like Busta Rhymes goes, that's low level to you. Like, you can't, it's not going to be like, maybe Busta's thinking was, you remember when Snoop signed to No Limit?
I don't remember that.
That's probably what Busta was thinking, like he was going to be the Cash Money. And it was like, no. Because it's no, it wasn't gonna happen, because I didn't even like it when Snoop signed to No Limit, but it actually worked for just that little moment. It worked, but he knew it could not last. Like, it wasn't gonna be a forever thing. He wasn't gonna be walking around with No Limit chains on forever. Right. It was just like, I'm trying to make a transition from Death Row to something else.
Well,
so let me go there.
What I respect, man, and then when I got very happy when I see this guy at Hip Hop Awards, and I always get happy when I see him, Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, and I feel like everything he stands for, when you talk about like just the pivotal, conscientious rap that he has and he stands for as far as his message to the community, but yet he still, vibes it out in a very artistic and experimental and a traditional way as far as like just lyricism. I don't feel like there's nobody in the game that is more influential and crazy talented as Kendrick Lamar. And, the whole TDE movement that he has, he don't rock with nobody like that. It's just his own thing. And I think eventually that's what's going to, he's going to be the person to lead and take over the genre for hip hop as we see it.
Yeah, because I think I saw a couple people that was actually mad that he won Lyricist of the Year. I'm like, did y'all not listen to Pimp a Butterfly?
Are you serious?
But then again, these are like, these new age niggas that they feel like, the artists we talked about in the beginning, those people should be like, those aren't lyrics. Like, Young Thug is not a lyricist. No. Lil Yachty, Uzi Vert, 21 Savage, whoever the fuck they are. I don't even know who these people are. I thought it was like one person. They just had like different. And I was like, oh, that was them. Or they like all got dreads. They're all colored. Hair is colorful. And
I used to have those.
Yeah, you could cut his hair off. Came here, I said, hey. But you weren't doing bright colors. Like, Lil Yachty got red braids.
No, I had a little blonde, but that's about it.
Yeah, blonde's cool. Then, like, I think, I can't even think of his name. I think he has, like, green dreads on one side.
I know you're talking about.
Dram, I think is his name. Or something like, I can't keep up, terrible. Guys. So, the Hip Hop Awards, I don't know. I miss T.I. I miss T.I.'s performance. I heard it was dope.
Dang, girl, you missed the whole thing.
I missed like I missed the good shit. Like, I seen Crit.
Okay.
I did see Crit, but I missed T.I.
Yeah, T.I., I know he had his new album come out. I've heard some pieces off that. I didn't listen to it like a thorough listen. T.I.'s kind of, he's kind of been like one of those hit and misses. I always will love T.I. Yeah. I think I love him more as a person than I love him more as an artist. I say that about his albums too. He is hit and miss, but this was like it was an EP, so it's like 5 songs. SRL's good 5-song EP. Yeah, really, really good, empowering. But it's funny because Kendrick had an EP come out last year that nobody even know about. Do you know what I'm talking about? It came right after.
You talking about the Untitled stuff?
Yeah. And I was like, God, I think that went
even the Untitled shit was crazy.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad. I think it was necessary. I'm glad he did it. Well, I think it would be underappreciated, underrated. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're doing what they can. And but the problem is the majority of artists right now that are engaged in, or that the youth are engaged in within hip hop culture, it's the complete opposite. So as long as you have that majority going in the opposite way, I really don't think that the content that needs to be talked about will get talked about as much and addressed as much.
You'll probably get that from the more seasoned artists as opposed to the new ones. The new ones don't want to speak on anything.
No, they want to. They don't want to. They don't want to set that money.
Yeah, they're like, it ain't happening to me, so let's not. But then that's the wrong attitude to get back to your fan base, because when it happens to one, it happens to all.
Yeah.
And it could even though it's not a direct hit to you, trust and believe, one day it could very well happen to you, and you would want the same amount of people to rally behind you, be upset, make all this noise. So it's kind of, you can't be, it ain't got nothing to do with me, so let me just stand over here. And it's like, no, because eventually when the fight breaks out and you think you're just going to stand down in the back and then the fight just keeps rolling and rolling, and all of a sudden it's like right in front of you and they going to snatch your ass in here
like,
too.
Look at these crazy
Right, look
niggas.
at these crazy niggas. And then somebody holler out, smack shit at you, like, oh shit. Like that's really how society is for black people nowadays, because most people just stand back and we're like, oh, that shit's crazy.
Take out our phones.
Yeah, they just take the phones out and they be like, that shit's crazy, until the cop pull up, shoot your ass. You like, oh shit.
I tell you, I can't even hardly stand to like watch World Star Hip Hop and that kind of shit now. I know that was kind of contradictory because I just had a video been put on World Star, but no, real shit. Like I just hate even watching like violence and that kind of stuff now, because it seems like people just kind of engage in it and love it. And don't get me wrong, man. Sometimes I'm looking at the videos, I'm like, dude,
right?
He got handled. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, most of the stuff is just so sad, man. It's crazy right now.
We become desensitized. That's really what it is. Like you see it so much that now they got a site for you to just sit up and you can just watch fight videos until you want to go to sleep at night. Like that's ridiculous. Nobody should be that much consumed in a fight between people that you don't know and has nothing to do with you, and it's not near you. You just watch a motherfuckers fight. It's like they got wrestling for that, or boxing. If you just want to see like
nobody
MMA,
watches that anymore.
Nobody want to watch that shit, but you want to watch two regular motherfuckers pull hair, and it's stupid.
Well, what's crazy is that like the matter that the fact that we glorify stuff like that, and even the fact that they've dumbed down the serious stuff. Like, did you watch the election debate?
Yeah, I did watch the debate.
You know what I'm saying? So like that was a good debate, by the way. I personally. I think I err more on the side of Hillary at this point. Just based off the media coverage and things that I've seen Trump say. And what's really funny is that years ago when I first started working at Humana, I actually was a huge fan of Trump. Like as a business person, I remember I had all his books and his kids' books, and I wrote them all. Those kind of things. I was a huge aficionado about some ways that he went about, with his business. But man,
Jesus,
good Lord, like this man,
he's a hot ass mess.
I get what he's trying to do. I think I get what he's trying to do. I get the way he's trying to shake up Washington, but what I don't agree with is how he's going about it.
Right. It's a shake up does need to happen, but it don't need to happen that way. Because that shake up is not going to shake up Washington. It's going to shake up all 50 states. Like everything's going to be fucked up. And I think I've said it before, I'm not sure, but I made a status about it. But I was like, damn, it hit me. I was like, we really been naive to think that we would never touch certain parts of history again. Mm-hmm. Like we'll never see segregation, or we'll never, see slavery again. And it's like when you sit back and think about the shit in the grand scheme of things, you're like, yes, we will.
Yeah. Because
history repeats itself. Because especially if it's not done correctly the first time, then they're like, okay, well, let's try this again. And maybe you can try to get the answers right for this time. And I don't think America understands that. And a lot of people don't understand that. Did you see the trailer for that movie Get Out?
No. I haven't even heard about it. What is it?
First of all, it's scary as shit.
See, that's the problem. I don't watch scary movies.
I don't like scary movies either. I don't believe in paying somebody money to scare the shit out of me. That's just I'm not doing that. But Jordan Peele from Key and Peele wrote it, which was crazy. Because I'm like, you're a comedian. Why are you writing such a dark ass movie? It's a interracial couple, black boy, white girl. He's going to meet her parents.
Ooh, sounds like my life. Go ahead.
And this one gets scary.
Oh God.
So he's going, and then they get pulled over by the cops. And the cops, of course, tell him get out the car. And he asks the black boy for his ID, and he's like, I ain't even driving. I'm just, I'm in the passenger seat, whatever. So it goes on, and she's from like this big ass, rich white family. And so come to find out, they have like helpers. And I think I want to say a maid, and I don't know what the black guy is, but they're two black people. It's a woman and a man.
Okay.
And they're having dinner or something, and dude was talking to his homeboy beforehand, talking about how black men had been going missing in that part of town that he was in for like years, and he had sent them a picture. Well, the boy's out there, and the field guy, I don't know what he does, but he's looking at his phone, and he's looking at him, and it's the same exact guy that's quote unquote missing. And so he tries to take a picture of him, and all of a sudden the black man, like, time gets still, and the black guy's trying to attack the other guy for taking his picture. Like, the flash going off made his nose bleed, all kind of shit.
That's really weird.
It's a weird, dark ass movie, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm going to see that shit. I'm going to see that." It's about. I guess what a family does is that they get these black guys that they can, I think they did like a lobotomy on them or something, so where they can get like, check out their organs, the melanin, all that shit. Just basically getting black guys to kind of store up and do tests and shit on. And everybody's like, "I'm going to see that. I'm going to see that shit." I'm like, nope, hell nah, fuck no, it ain't happening. Because when you see stuff like that, what I want people to understand, we got to stop taking stuff as just face value.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment. No, this shit is not just entertainment anymore. It probably was at one point, but now it's about mind control.
Yeah.
And shit like that. Like, imagery and all those things are very, very true. So when you go out and watch these things for 2 hours or an hour and a half, what do you think is happening to your mind? You're sitting there being so obsessive to like this shit, and you're just like, "Oh, that's crazy." And it's like, no, motherfucker, like, look at what you're watching. Like, be mindful of what you're taking in, because some shit won't leave. Like, some shit's not gonna make an exit. So you might want to, everybody wants to, laugh and, "Oh, it's a scary movie, it's this, it's that." Nope.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I think you're definitely on something. I think you're absolutely right. I don't know. As a kid, I used to watch. I'm sure you can relate. Certain movies like Disney movies, things like that. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, when I saw Mulan, I came out of the movie theater thinking I was like a little Chinese girl. You know what I'm saying? Trying to like do karate with people's ass. You feel me? Or like you watch Lion King. Right? You think he wanted the hyenas or something. Or Simba. You know what I mean? Like,
you're a badass.
Right. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw Purge, I wanted to get me a little mask and run around on some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. But
yeah,
I mean, the real deal about it. Someone around here is getting influenced by these things, like these whole clown sightings and shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, these idiots.
Oh my god! Like, don't nobody dress up as a clown. Ronald McDonald stay in the McDonald house, bro. Just
don't do it this year.
Right? Don't do it this year. Cut it out. Don't dress nobody up as a clown, because somebody did get shot.
Yeah,
just off the back of, like, even if you're a professional, like, clown, like, if you're going to like a professional clown, like if you in the circus or whatever, or you got to do a birthday party or some shit,
that mask off player,
hey, do that shit in the bathroom, bro. Like, tell them you need a dressing room so you can do that, and then once your set's over, go wipe that shit off. That way you can get home safe, as opposed to these assholes that want to keep mimicking. That's all it is. It's like you see one person, group of people do it, you like, "Oh, we can do it too," and it's like, you sound stupid.
It's like that Louisville Purge. Remember
that was, oh my god, that was so bad. I listened to I downloaded the police scanner, and that shit was so bad, and everybody was in the house, and
it was.
I was like, y'all ain't about to bust a grape. Like, ain't nobody about to do nothing.
That's great.
Not here. Like, it's anywhere else. If that shit would have, like, really happened in, like, say, LA or New York, some shit would have really, 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 went down. But it's like, well, somebody has said the purge is basically what this election is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, but
I guess we're gonna find out, huh?
We got a month.
Oh God!
vote next month, and we'll find out. Because if Trump wins, then I'm gonna fight somebody. Because it's just like, it makes absolutely no sense for him to even. I can't believe he's even still in it. Like, when it first happened, I was just like, this shit's a joke. Whatever. They're not gonna let that happen. He'll fall off.
I'm not gonna lie. I won't say where I was working at, what I was doing there, for the sake of identities. But I was working a job recently, and I was working alongside somebody of clout. And I saw, on their phone, a Trump 2016 sticker. And this was like the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, like this is real. Like, and it kind of they like look at him a whole different way. Like it was one of them things. Well, how can I even equate it to something? It was almost like, imagine someone having a bumper sticker like advocating slavery or something. Yeah, like it was just like that. I don't know why I felt like that, but I was like, oh my god, like
because if he could talk so freely about, you know, Muslims and Mexicans, and now he's on to us. It's like, black people, what you got to lose? Nigga, everything you talking about. Right. The fuck? You're not the greatest thing to go with right now. No. Like, if you build a wall for Mexico, ain't no telling what we gonna get next. Like, that's just ridiculous. I'm gonna get off that though. We're gonna get on to this topic. I want to talk about friends. How many of us have them? Perfect. Okay. Perfect. So, okay, I guess to you, what's your qualities? What makes a person a good friend?
Man, I would just say consistency and honesty. I mean, consistency in honesty. What I mean by that is like at all times, good, bad, to my benefit, to my detriment. Like you have to keep it 300 at all times. I don't care what happens. I think that's like the number one thing that people, you know, discard other people for is truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dishonesty and that kind of thing. So that to me, that's the first requirement of Benny.
I agree.
How about you?
I say loyalty.
Loyalty is key.
Loyalty is definitely a key. I don't know. Okay, so then what makes a bad friend? Like, say you thought somebody had those qualities, or they do have those qualities, but they're bad shit that they come with. It's like, is it really worth the friendship? Well,
again, I will almost just look at it as the opposite of honesty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because honesty is more than just, I ate a sandwich today. Did you really eat a sandwich? Like, I ain't talking about like little white lies people tell to make themselves feel good. I'm talking about like that carries over into like your ethical self, like things you do, and how you treat yourself. I mean, all around, I think honesty has a way bigger realm than what we give it. You know, in terms of like a agreement or something like that, or some type of confidentiality. Honesty to me, you know, is how you wake up in the morning and how you look at yourself and how you go to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Honesty to me is at the end of your life. You know, are you content with things you said and things you did and how you treated people? To me, that's being completely as honest with who you are, your real self, as you possibly can be. So I find that people who are dishonest have a troubled spirit. People who are dishonest have, you know, a deeper fault than that to me gives me warning to say, you know what, I don't want you around me. You know what I mean?
So, okay, do you know, like, are any of your friends, are they narcissistic?
I forgot what that meant.
Narcissism is like it's like self-thinking. It's a me party. It's, you know, well, it's me and then me, and that, like, they're always
I can say no, because honest to God truth, I probably have like 3 friends, 3 maybe, and I fluctuate on them. You know what I mean? Right, yeah. I keep it real. No, absolutely. But no, I would say I probably have 2 or 3 people I would consider a friend, and if that, you know, they, you know, they're cream of the crop. They're A1. You know what I mean? Like any day of the week, I would die and put my life in their hand. You know what I mean? Right. Like for sure, I'd trust them with that.
I think it. For me, like I'm rethinking about my friends. Like my thoughts are becoming something else, and it's like, are they really my friend? Like,
what else could it be? Like, what are your categories?
I guess it's hard. I mean, for me, it's real easy to be my friend. Like, we don't have to talk every day.
Are we friends?
We're friends.
Okay, we're friends. Then.
It's not we got to talk on the phone every day. I got to know everything about you or everything that's going on in your life. It's not anything like that, because I don't want nobody to be intrusive in my life, and vice versa. But at the same time, we should be able to hold a conversation, an adult conversation, without it coming back to you all the time, like always talking about yourself and what you got and what you gonna do, as opposed to, it's like, you know, it's more to life than what just you, from your point of view. You have to think about everybody else too at some point. Like with my friends, well, with anybody, period, I try to treat people the way that I want to be treated.
Sure.
Does that always work out? Hell no. But it's you know, it's made me the person I am today. So why, you know, try to fuck it up because one or two people don't appreciate what I can be. Like, I feel like I go harder for people that I care about, and if the situation is flipped, I feel like I don't get that back. Or it's made about, like, somehow, some way it's going to be made about them. Like, the light will be taken off. For, like, example, with my shows that I do. So now the streets are, you know, talking. They know me. They know this. And they're like, oh, wow, it's this. And, like, I feel like motherfuckers want to get closer. Not for, like, support's sake because I'm doing something good. It's more like, how can I benefit from this? And how can I eat off of this? And it's like, is that really a friend? Because if the situation was different, I'm not going to get closer to a person that is, you know, making noise, about to make moves. Like, I'm already gonna be right there. I don't have to get closer because I'm already there. Like, if you're there, you're good. Like, no one's gonna forget about you.
No, I think that's very synonymous, especially with my career. I feel like, you know, a lot of times working with these artists, you have to earn their trust. You know, like, it's not a matter of me just hitting up, you know, King Vori or One Take Timmy or Braxton, these guys locally here, and saying, you know, hey, let's work. You know, sure, they know who I am, they know what I do, and I know what they do, but there has to be a common ground of respect, because, you know, a lot of times you can work with somebody even and not respect them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I don't ever want that to be a reality. But no, like, you know, a lot of these guys, man, and I can confidently say, like, you know, most of the artists that I hang with and I work with, should they ever make it or should they never make it? You know, like, I feel they can always call me and,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can always have a real conversation. Like, my guys, they check on me, I check on them. You know what I mean? Like, that's a real bond. And some of the guys I don't talk with as much as I'd like to. You know, some of my other peers in the video business and the directing business, I feel like, you know, I don't get a chance to connect with them as much as I like. But, you know, the understanding is, like you say, at the end of the day, it's just not something you have to nurture every day.
Yeah.
But it's an understanding and mutual respect that over time, you know, I'm never going to do something that will undermine you.
Right.
And it's mutual. You know what I mean?
I think, like, a situation happened. I have one best friend. I used to have, like, a male best friend, whatever. I have one best friend.
How did that work?
It worked perfectly until he caught feelings for me.
So there it is.
Yeah, that was the other shoe just dropped.
He couldn't resist the freckles. He was like,
shit. I
hey,
mean, I love you. No. But my best friend I've known since I was like 10 or whatever. And we was at the wedding. You know, shout out to Z and Kim.
Hey,
and we was going somewhere. I was like, you just ride with me, whatever. Knowing that I ain't have a whole lot of gas or anything like that. But I was just trying to kick it with my nigga. I wasn't thinking about that shit. I'm like,
right.
You know, we'll get to it when we get to it. If I gotta, you know, borrow some money from somebody, I'll do that shit, whatever. So we rode around, whatever, did what we did. And I took her back home and she was like, you need some gas. I was like, just give me, I had $8. I was like, just give me $2, whatever. I ain't tripping. She said, girl, I can do better than that. She
offering plate.
Yeah, she was like, she just gave me 10.
Hey.
And I was like, that's what's up. So now I can put 15 in the whip and we could, you know, we good. And I said, thank you. And she said, bitch, you don't tell me thank you. I'm your best friend. Like, that's what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
Best friend, not just a friend.
I'm your best friend. And I was sitting there like, damn. Because anybody else, like any of my other friends, I don't think that shit would have happened.
For real?
I don't think that they would have even offered. It would have been like, damn, that's fucked up. Well, you know, hit me up. Let me know when you get home. It's like,
put him to the gas test.
Yeah, you got a gas test. Like, you know, I just need a couple dollars. You got a couple, and they were like, nah.
It's the same way dating, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
You're talking about friends. You know, I feel like the most important friend you should have is the person you're with. And I'm like, damn. There's a lot of people I've dated in the past, you know, like they would never. I lived closer to people that I was like truly associates with. Like, we didn't hang out like that at all. But there are people who, like, I'm sorry, no, they lived farther away, and I saw them more, or they made more effort to spend time with me and around me.
That was closer
than the person like I was supposed to be talking to. Like, damn,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that don't make no sense.
That's crazy. But yeah, I would have gave her like the DJ Khaled cloth talk. I'm like, you special,
right?
You loyal,
you loyal.
I appreciate
smart.
you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was real. Like, I'm for that one part, it was like, oh, okay. I feel like God was like kind of showing me something. Like, that's what a friend, like, we don't talk every day. We don't hang out, you know, all the time. But when we see each other, when we do click up, we straight. We know what it is. We got each other's back. If I need her, she, you know, and vice versa. I don't care if it's 3:00 in the morning. If some shit went, you know, call me. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna be there. So, but then I start to like, not like making her the statue of like how my friends should be, but it's like I know that's my best. And like everybody else is a friend, a homie, an associate. Like it's all about levels, and depending on what you do, you can get knocked down a couple, knock you down 3, and that's what you are. And it's like when it happens, when I blow and all these things start taking off, it's like please don't try to climb back up to the level that I knocked you back down to, because it wasn't that. Like I need you to be, you gotta
who you are. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah, be loyal, be consistent, even through the struggle, and don't try to find a way to make it about yourself within what I'm doing. Like I don't think that's fair to me, because it's like I'm not doing this shit for you.
Right.
I'm doing this shit because first of all I love it, and then second of all it's about me. Like at what point, I think it's because I'm different because I'm a Cancer, so I'm very family. You know,
shit about Cancers.
If my family's straight, I'll worry about myself later.
Gotcha.
Mama good, brother good, sister good, niece straight. I'll make sure everybody's okay, and then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, are you okay?
So I'm complete opposite. I'm a nigga that I eat all the cereal in the house first, because I know there's like 2 bowls left. You feel me? I'm straight up Scorpio. That's all.
Straight up Scorpio. Yeah,
man, for real.
Like, nigga, you better get in here and get some of this cereal if I eat it out, bro.
You gonna eat that?
Right. And so that leads me to what I made a status the other day, and it was I said stop having kids. Stop having these kids and creating these monsters for the rest of the world to put up with.
Monsters.
They're monsters. Like parents will give birth, and you know they'll be the Instagram parents or the popular parents. Because okay, for my parents it'd be more so like the popular parents, because they would have their kids in like the latest fashions. Oh, you know, they gotta have this. If it's Tommy, it's Tommy jacket, shoe, shirts, all that shit. They just do their kids like that, and you give your kids this false perception of what life is, and feeling like because you have these things that you're better than the next person, and you're literally creating these monsters, pushing them out in the world, and everybody else that's sane and normal got to deal with this shit. And I don't think that's fair.
I don't know. You know, I definitely don't do anything about us as kids. So I mean, it's
like my mom said that shit. She said that shit about a couple of my friends. She was like, they literally created a monster.
Wow.
Because when you do that as a kid, if you're not raising them to be like go-getters and getting it for themselves, or being understanding to everybody else that doesn't have that. Like you don't look down your nose because they're not rocking the same name brand shit that you got.
I don't lie. Like one of my friends just bought his daughter some Yeezys.
Wow.
I mean, she's like little as hell. Now don't get me wrong, she's like one of the cutest little girls I've ever seen in my life.
Yeezys though.
But Yeezys though?
Yeezys though. Can she spell Yeezys?
She cannot spell
See,
Yeezys.
now like that's gonna be my standard for shit in my house. Like if you can spell certain things, then you may have certain things.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna need you to like fix the tiles on the roof, you know what I'm saying, change my oil.
I need you gotta put in this work, fam. Like ain't nothing.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things. And honestly, you know, it's funny enough because you know, of course, I'm sure that you both can, you know, you could agree with me that the way we were raised was completely different set of standards.
Yeah.
And I feel like now things are just given to these kids.
Yeah,
Why?
it's like here.
Because they want to pacify them. Because they can't control them.
That's a monster.
So
you're
it's
creating
like,
a monster.
Oh, and like, you shut the fuck up. And it's like, all right, well, here, have some Yeezys.
Right, here.
You know
have some Yeezys. Have an iPad. Have the Jordans. And it's like, don't you know, popping off don't get you nothing. Like,
that's
how are you still breathing? I wish I would have said anything remotely close to that to my mama. I wouldn't be here today.
That's crazy.
Shut the fuck up, Mom. I'd have been dead. Like,
Your lips would have been half as big.
Right. No, I'd have been dead. Like, my mama said it. She would have took me out. She was, I would have killed you. Like, you're dead. Motherfucker, you don't. She said, I just don't. And it's true. I don't believe in me carrying around. I think it's probably me. I can't tell. But she was like, I don't believe in carrying around something for 9 months in my body. And then I nurtures it, do all these things for, and then it gets out and starts being disrespectful to me. Like, the fuck?
That does seem disrespectful.
That's crazy as shit. Like, I literally, I took care of myself so that it took care of you. I fed you. I made everything, make sure everything was good. And you get out and you talk crazy to me? Like, the fuck is this? I gave you life.
Chokeslam.
Yeah, you're out. Like, peace you out. That's my mama didn't create no monsters. It was literally like, she did the best that she could. Which I told her, growing up, to where I'm at now, I'm like, it's truly appreciated. Because looking at everybody else around me that literally had that, you know, here, you got the latest this, the latest that. Now it's like they're struggling to keep up with that same rep.
They are.
And I don't want that struggle. Like, you'll never see me in every picture that I wear. And I'm not shouting. I'm not going to be like Samsung watch. You know what I'm saying? Kate Spade earrings. You know, right. Got the Air Maxes on. I got the, like, why am I naming all these things that I'm wearing? Like, motherfuckers see it. Like, that don't make me any better. I'm still just the, that's a nice backpack, though.
I'm over here, like rubbing my designer backpack while she's saying this.
It's a nice designer backpack. But
I mean, it's the work.
You work hard for that. It wasn't nobody.
I used to wear my noodles for a while.
Right. Then nobody just walk up to you and was like, hey, you want one of these nice bags? You want some of this nice jewelry and shoes and shit? Like, nothing. Like, if you work hard for it, of course. Which is a perfect thing. Like, we could talk about Kim K and how she got robbed in Paris. That shit.
Niggas in Paris.
Yeah, who robbed her?
I'm sorry. That meme, when I first saw it, but then after I saw it like 10,000 times,
you
I'm
had to
done.
keep saying it. Right.
Okay, I'm done.
It wasn't even funny anymore. It was like,
nah, okay.
It'd be oversaturated.
Like, the person who posted now, they think they're so clever.
They do, and I hate that. I hate that about memes because, like, I saw that already. And they'd be like, you see what I posted? I'm like, yeah, I actually shared that. Like,
that ain't hot.
Or I'd be like, I posted that 6 months ago.
That ain't that player.
Like, why'd you just come across that?
Crazy.
But Kim she got, for y'all that don't know, Kim Kardashian got robbed in Paris. 5 guys tied up, gagged her.
Wow.
And took like 11 million worth of jewelry.
Close to that?
Something like
a
that.
ring?
They took a ring, some jewelry that Kanye was working on with somebody else. And people, and a grill. Did you see her grill?
She had a grill?
She had this it had like a roll of diamonds across the top and like a piece that goes in between the 2 front teeth. It was hard body.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to show you the picture when we done. But that shit was so dope. I was like, I think I want one of those.
That's
I was
insane.
like, that's really not. Took that shit because she had just posted that on Instagram. Like,
where do you go with
beforehand.
that jewelry? Like, who the hell do you sell it to?
I don't know.
You just keep it and be like...
You can't because you know she got...
You can't post it on Instagram.
You can't. Right. You can't share it. You can't tag her to it.
Right.
You can't... Like, what do you do with that?
We got your shit.
Right. We got your shit, bitch. You want it back? Like, you're not robbing rappers. Like, you robbed Kim Kardashian, which she's just a socialite, whatever. But people was like... Some people was like, it was for promo, for like keeping up the Kardashians. I was like, I think it's a bit much, guys. I don't think I'll get myself tied up and gagged for the sake of some ratings. Like, we've kept up with the Kardashians long enough to where even if the ratings fell off a little bit, we'll be okay.
Damn, I feel like they can get Kim. They can get anybody, bro.
Yeah, and that's why Kim. I said I would just sit my ass all the way down. Some shit like it happened to me. I'm in the crib.
It's it's hard to believe they didn't like slice up in her chest and take her titties. Like, I'm just like her ass, everything. Like, that's
somebody
crazy.
did say that they touch her ass, and I'm like, I don't.
That would be kind of funny. I'm sorry, that's not funny.
But she did say, and Kim's narcissistic as fuck. But that's what she was like. Please don't rape me, girl. Don't nobody want your box. Like, calm the fuck down. Everybody, it's a lot of motherfuckers that have been there. They want the money. It's about. I feel like it was an inside job because, come to find out, her security guard have just filed for bankruptcy, like for $9.7 million or something like that.
Wow.
And y'all stole $11 million worth of jewelry. That's an inside job. But she heard me got her ass up out of Paris, though. She was on that jet, like, less than a couple hours after that happened. She was like, nigga, I'm out.
It's almost like, where can you go that's even safe anymore?
You might as well just... And it's sad. You just might as well just stay in the crib.
Yeah,
that's what it's coming down to.
There's that Jaden lyric from the Rich the Kid record I've been listening to like crazy. He goes, I don't party with the kids. I sit and get lit at the crib. I mean, for real, that's how I feel like nowadays. I don't. People like a lot of the artists even that I work with, a lot of them, especially with the younger guys, they want to hang out and shit. And like, I'm the new friend. Like,
I'm straight.
Like, even when I go out and shoot, usually I have a security guard with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a bodyguard because it's just like I carry a lot of equipment. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody knocking me down like that.
Right, knock you over the head, take your shit.
Nah, you ain't finna rub it on me, player.
Nah, fuck that shit. Nope. I don't want no parts. But I don't think that was an inside job, guys. I know we like to laugh at the Kardashians. I do. They straight, but I really don't feel like that was for. I don't think that was Chris. I think that was literally like her bodyguard set up on some shit. He knew some people over there.
She thought he was a friend.
Thought you had a friend. See, that's why you gotta be careful. Kanye stopped his show and everything in New York. I think he's doing a festival.
Yeah, it did. He just bounced.
Bye. And they got mad. I'm like, that's his wife. Like,
but they probably didn't know. They probably sitting in the crowd, half drunk,
right?
Kind of high. Like,
keep going, keep performing. It's like, no, my wife's in trouble. Let me make sure everybody's okay. But thank God the kids went there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kanye would have really went off. Like, yeah, he'll go off for Kim, but he would have just lost his shit if his kids were there.
The worst thing about that experience is that as much money as you have, you feel powerless. Mm-hmm. Like, what really could he have done?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Because if they had all those guns and shit like that, you ain't Luke Cage, my nigga. You not
she said Luke Cage.
You ain't bulletproof, my G.
I haven't even seen that yet, by the way.
It's good. I just finished it today.
I heard people were saying that's an awesome ass.
It's
season.
really, really good. Of course, the white people are mad because it's black. It's a lot of black. It's no white. It's like sprinkled in white people. Ain't no white people main characters, and they just tight about it. That's racism. Like, no, that's pro-black. That's empowerment. Y'all got it confused. Like,
oh Lord.
Oh, shout out to, before we get out of here, I'm gonna go see Birth of a Nation tomorrow. Shout out Nat Turner. That shit's gonna be dope.
Turn up Nat.
Yeah, turn up Nat. That shit's gonna be dope. That shit's gonna be dope. What you got popping off, man? I know you be everywhere, dog.
What the hell was that? Oh God, I thought I was in the
Juxer,
headphones.
Nigga got motorcycles in the building.
I thought you had sound effects or something.
No, dude.
Shit.
Right. Ass nigga.
Nah, for real, a lot of my stuff lately has been I don't even know. I got so much going on.
He got a lot of videos. Ron be out here,
it's
bro.
ridiculous.
He be everywhere.
Ridiculous. In fact, I head to a meeting right after this, and I got another meeting right after that, and I'm supposed to go to Lexington for another meeting right after that.
He's popping out here. You gotta catch him.
That's how I got that bag.
You got that, yeah. Secure the bag alert.
Secure the bag alert. It's real.
He was so bad as a host, bro. Like,
oh my Lord,
he don't need to host nothing. Just stay on Snapchat, bro.
I'm tired of it now.
It's over. He's oversaturated. That's the problem when you oversaturate. That's what happened to Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne used to be dope,
super dope,
and then he got oversaturated like a motherfucking. And I feel like he need to sit down.
You see his freestyle though?
Killed that freestyle.
That was cold.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back, Mr. Carter. Follow me, Thuggelina Jolie, everywhere. Twitter, IG, Snap, Banshee Block Podcast on Instagram. This is going to be on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Spectre, every fucking where. If you ain't listen to the block, congratulations, you played yourself.
Major key.
Major keys alert. It'll be out.